Aelwyd by Lianne Warr. Braith fills her lungs with the chill morning air, petrichor on the breeze. She avoids slipping on the icy path winding to the cottage foot doorstep, thanks to those sturdy legs and that broad stomping gait. To her left there is lavender, a solitary bee braving the frost. A gold-speckled moth flickers between the dwindling mint and hardy rosemary on her right. Raised in an underground world, Braith has yet to learn the names for perfumed plants or creatures that flutter. Her fingers find their way to the moon of her scalp and worry at the few downy tufts left there. She takes another breath and paints on a smile, careful to cover her missing teeth. Finally, she's ready and knocks on the door much too loudly. No surprise, really, is it? Look at those broad shoulders, how thick her arms are. Damn it, Braith! No grace, no grace, she scolds herself, the knock echoing through the slate valley which looms over the cottage. Caw! The echo disturbs a murder of crows who take off testily from the bare, drooping limbs of a black poplar. Bronwyn, though, cosily ensconced within the cottage, does not flinch at the sound. She has been waiting for her visitor to pluck up the courage since the smell of coal dust seeped in under the door 5 minutes ago. Come in. Here is what Braith will see when she enters, and again in years to come, whenever she closes her eyes warm in bed at night. Sitting in a rocking chair, a shawl the shade of the forest floor draped over her shoulders, Bronwyn is stripping willow bark with a paring knife at her thumb. A gentle fire crackles in the Aelwyd beside her. A black cat winds itself around her shins. In the firelight, glass jars of tinctures glow amber on carefully curated shelves. If Braith could read at this point, she would read now. Criavolin, Llwsiardw, Esgallin Ffraith, Mountain Ash, Agrimony, Milk Thistle, or on their neat little labels. Here is what she will smell. Damp soil, honey, wood smoke, moss. And this is what she will feel. Cartref, home. Later she will also recognise those feelings as goodbye, hope, though she has none of that right now. I need something to kill rats. I heard you could make things like that. Braith barks. Forgive her this, would you? Soot has blackened and roughened her airways since she was orphaned. She clears her throat. Potions. Potions for Aelwyd, my dear. Another strip of willow bark falls into Bronwyn's lap. Braith waves her arm, thick and clumsy as a tree limb, towards the shelves of delicate vials. Ah, yes, those. But never to take a life, dear. Bronwyn takes in Braith's hunched frame, her sinewed back, her bald head, rubbed raw from pushing coal carts with her, you see. Well, how did you think orphan girls survive in the valleys? They're just small enough to fit into those awkward crannies, aren't they? And half the price of men, too. Finally, Bronwyn's mushroom grey eyes rest on Braith's, asking, and whose life is it you wish to take? Something dark and tar-like sweeps from Braith and seeps and swarms round Bronwyn's heart, which drops like a stone. Bronwyn knows in that moment Braith's answer. My own, of course. A wind howls down the valley, whipping up grey spray from the waterfalls, winding through crags of black rock. Hail slams against the window of the old slate cottage. Bronwyn takes Braith's right arm in her hands, how warm they are, and turns it palm down. She scans the constellation of freckles dusted there, narrowing her eyes in concentration. Here. Bronwyn points to a mole beneath a knobble of Braith's wrist bone. You are marked. Bronwyn turns Braith's arm again, gazing this time at a palm. She traces an intersection of creases, marking an X near the centre. Huh? See you? You are from a long line of us. Healing is in your blood, Braith. How do you know my name? How could I know it? You just got here. I just called you Freckle, that's all. Oh, I didn't know that's what my name meant, Braith gulps. I thought I meant nothing. Welcome home, Braith. Croeso. The women forage, dig, plant, harvest, mix, sprinkle, peel, nurture, heal. They never hunt. They answer the door to women who need them, and men too, if they are not too scared to come, like the others. As Bronwyn's fingers curl and stiffen with age, Braith learns delicacy enough for the both of them. Bronwyn still reads to Braith by the fire, recipes, songs, stories from her ancestors. You might call them spells for Aelwyd, my dear, and perhaps you are right. Braith learns to read herself, people as well as books. She beckons them to come to sit by the Aelwyd and waits. She waits for something to seep from them, and for something in her own body to respond in kind. A corporeal echo, a rumbling in her stomach, and she'll give them hawthorn bark for digestion. A tickle in her nose, elderberry. 2 years more. Bronwyn finds it hard to leave her bed now. It's late November. Apples have dropped from their tree and rotted where they fell. Wood's ear goes unharvested on the trunk. Braith is fretting over new combinations of root and seed, anything that might help Bronwyn. A knock at the door. The visitor needn't have knocked. Braith has known for 5 minutes they were outside. She can smell the storm coming. Come in. A young woman enters, pale as the moon but with none of its brightness. The rain begins. Braith's heart cools and drops like a stone. Wind howls down the chimney, bringing sleet with it. The fire sputters. Braith takes the woman's forearm in her hands, turns it over. Her skin is unblemished, unmarked. Braith studies her palm. What was it I was supposed to look for? Where is the mark? Oh, wait here. Braith rushes to Bronwyn's bedside, panicking, and clasps her frail hand between hers. Bronwyn, can you hear me? I can't remember what you taught me about the mark. Oh, and I can't see one, but we must help her the way you helped me. Bronwyn smiles. Her mushroom eyes give their reply. No freckle. Or freckled all over? What's the difference? Bronwyn smiles. Braith looks at her. I have no mark. I saw what I needed to see. What you needed me to see. Gobaith, hope, Cartref, home. Go to her. Braith goes back to the pale young woman and cradles her palm once more, narrowing her eyes in mock concentration. She finds a subtle random V, a valley, in the palm. Ah, yes. Here, you are marked. One of us. Healing is in your blood, Credwyn. How do you know my name? How could I know it? You just got here. I just called you Pale. That is all. From her bed, Bronwyn smiles again. Credwyn has come home. the White Witch. Sit by the fire with her a moment, will you? Croeso.